As an ex Hilda Baci student, I can tell you for free that this jollof base will take your jollof game from 100 to 1000. Let's cook. Imagine making the jollof base that Hilda used to set the world record for the largest pot of jollof rice ever cooked in this world. Guys, you can cook this from the comfort of your own kitchen, and I'm telling you this for free because I am an ex Hilda Baci student, and this is one of the goated recipes that she taught us during the class. Now, for this recipe, you need your tomatoes, you need bawa, you need shombo, you need your tatashe, and also you need onions, ginger and garlic. Now check the comment section or the description box for the ratios of everything that I have mentioned, because you don't just pack everything and pour there and expect it to bang. No, there is measurement for everything, and if you know Hilda well, you know that she works with measurement. Hilda does not cook anything without measurements and ratios. Now you want to start by deseeding your tatashe and your shombo, and that is because it gives your food some kind of bitter taste, so you want to deseed it and at the same time reduce the hotness of that pepper. Okay, because we are still going to be using fresh pepper. Did I mention that earlier? If I didn't, it was an oversight. Okay, I'll still run you through the ingredients subsequently. Now, after prepping your peppers, you want to go ahead and get your oven tray. Okay, now if you don't have an oven, it's fine, you can also use your air fryer for this. If you don't have both, you are still covered because there is a boiling method to this recipe. Now this recipe can be done in two different ways: the grilling method, which is what I'm actually doing. You can either use your oven or your air fryer to grill. Now let me run you through all the ingredients again. I have my tatashe, I have my shombo, I have my tomato, and I have my fresh pepper. I also have onions, I have ginger, and I have garlic. So guys, like I said initially, there is a ratio to everything that we are using here. Everything is very, very much calculated because your jollof has to bang, my sisters and my brothers. Your jollof really have to bang. So I use a combination of white and purple onions, but it is optional. If you have only purple onions, it would do. Okay, I had some white onions left in the house and I decided to throw it in. Now, like I said, you can either use the grilling method or you use the boiling method. Now for the grilling method, you need your oven or an air fryer. While for the boiling method, everything that I have mentioned, all you need to do is to cut it the way I'm cutting it. You're not going to like cut it too much, just into four. Get your tomatoes, slice it into four. If it's small, you can slice it into two. Okay, so once you're done slicing, you want to pour it into your pot, and you want to pour in your pepper apart from your fresh pepper or every other pepper that you decided. You have to pour it in there, and then you have to also throw in your onion, okay, at that point, and then allow everything, cover it and allow it to boil. If you're using the boiling method, I think I'm going to make a video on that too. That is if you guys request, but if you don't, let's stick to this recipe. Now you can see what I'm doing. That is exactly what you want to do if you're using the grilling method. But if not, all these things that you've packed like this, just pour it into a pot and allow it to cook for at least 1 hour or till the water dries up completely before you blend. Okay, but this grilling method, it actually has this flavor that it comes with, yeah, because like the roasted the will I say the roasting, the grilling process, it infuses this flavor that makes your jollof to just bang. And this jollof base can double up for your stews. You can also use it for your yam porridge. And if you want to know how I used it to make different dishes, you want to stick to this channel, because I'm so going to be dropping the recipes back to back. Anytime I have this jollof base in my refrigerator, I am rest assured that cooking has been made easy. Okay, now the first recipe I'll drop after this would be how I use it to make my stew. Then I'll use it to make asun jollof, because why not? That is what Hilda used to break the Guinness World Record, right? So after putting your onions, after putting your tomatoes, you want to go in with your peppers, and then your ginger, your garlic, and then your onion, like in no particular order. Immediately after the onions goes in, every other sorry, after the tomatoes goes in, every other thing you can just like throw it in, basically. Okay, so if you have any question, you can drop it in the comment section. And also there is something Hilda also taught us in class, and that is she also used some dried tatashe. Okay, she used some dried tatashe, but since I have the fresh one, I didn't combine it. But she also said that it infuses flavor into the food. Hilda likes to build up her flavors from the scratch, and that is one thing I enjoyed about the class. Yeah, so this jollof base is a bomb. Like, if you make it and have it in your freezer, just know that your cooking has been made easy, like very very easy. And like I said, if you don't have an oven, you can use an air fryer for this. I'll also show you the air fried version of this. Okay, so you want to watch this video to the end to see how I navigated through that. Now once everything is layered and secured, you want to drizzle in a little bit of oil, and then you want to pop this into your oven and grill. Okay, grill it. So now you are not using the down part, which is the baking part of your oven. You are using the top part, which is the grill part of your oven. If your oven does not have up and down, then I guess you should just use the down part. Yeah, so you can see how this looks. So once it's all dente like this, you want to bring it out and pour it into your blender and blend it till it's smooth. Now remember everything I listed initially that you can use this base for, and I kid you not, this base is a bomb. For everyone that tasted Hilda's record breaking jollof, you will know that it's not ordinary. It's not ordinary. So you can see this water here. I have it because I actually grilled my chicken on the top of this onions. Sorry, this tomato meats. Okay, so I didn't want to waste that juice that came from that chicken, so I had to pour everything. It would also help in infusing flavors. Okay, so you can see how nice and smooth this looks. Okay, very very smooth. If you use this to cook jollof, you will never go back to the normal. Okay, so this is the one that I air fried. For those of you that will be using air fryer, but you just know that you're going to be working in batches if you're using air fryer. Okay, the compartment will not accommodate a lot like your oven. Okay, so I'm just going to pour this into the blender. I'm going to blend it until it is smooth. Now one thing you should note, which I skipped in this video, is as you're pouring in this mix into your blender, you want to also go in with your fresh pepper. The fresh pepper was not included in what we layered to grill. Okay, so this is the point where you include your fresh pepper. Okay, include your fresh pepper at this point, so I omitted that in this video. Okay, so blend everything until it is smooth. So you can see that you can use both your air fryer or your oven for this, and it will still give you the same exact results. Okay, the same exact results. And guys, this recipe is gold, according to Hilda. And since I started using it, it have taken my jollof game from -10. Don't mind me, that's it on a lighter note though, but it has taken my jollof game to a 1000. Like, I'm so confident about my stews, my pottage, my jollof, everything just bangs. So this is it, guys. Keep up with us, and I'll be dropping the recipes that I made with this. See ya, bye.